it's any consolation, no one can see the front of your head. So, okay, my name is Katie Graham, and I've been doing Norwex for 2 years. I started in August 2 years ago, so I guess this is coming August. How many of you, I know you two said you've heard of Norwex. How many other have you heard of it?
All over Facebook, right?
Yeah. It is. But do you know anything about it? Is it all pretty new to you? Okay. All right, I just didn't want to give you all the information if you already knew it. So we'll kind of start with the basics. First of all, Norwex's mission is to get all the chemicals out of our home. And I don't know how many of you are green in your home, or are you, or do you still use chemicals? It's okay if you do. Okay. Okay, so I'll be completely honest, I still have a couple that I have a hard time getting out of my home. But I am a firm believer that the chemicals are bad, and so I am a lot more cautious on how I use those chemicals now. I just want to point out just a couple things about chemicals, and I'm not going to get into a lot of science because I don't want you to be lonely in this morning. But just to maybe make you a little more aware of all these little kids up here rolling around. So the EPA says that a chemical is safe to sell in the marketplace so long as the general public is using it according to the directions on the package. So how many of us are reading the directions?
Okay.
Okay. So the only reason I kind of single this one out is because it is so popular. And everybody has this in their home or in their classroom. Hi, go on in, grab some food. So, yeah, you know what, you can thumb through that.
Hi guys.
That's my before and after, but that kind of shows the fun stuff. So, okay, so this is so common, and so that's why I use this one. Just know that there's a similar story to every chemical you have in your home. And the only reason I do this is because I want you to go home and just be a little more aware of the things that you're doing in your home. So, the directions on this package, I just want to point out a couple things since nobody's ever read them. In order to disinfect, or sorry, to sanitize with this product, you have to keep the surface visibly wet for at least 30 seconds. So you have to time yourself. That's just to sanitize. In order to disinfect, we have to do that for 4 minutes. And it says specifically to use enough wipes for the treated surface to remain visibly wet. So if you've used these, you know that you wipe it and it's dry almost instantly, right? So you have to use enough wipes to keep it visibly wet for 4 minutes while you sit there and watch your watch. And then it says a water rinse is required. How many of us rinse after using them? No. Okay, so there's 2 chemicals that are in this product, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce them because I can't very well. They're both carcinogens and pesticides. So they're causing cancer, they're attributing to asthma and respiratory infections, eye irritations. The list is a mile long of the stuff that it contributes to. And like I said before, there's a similar story to every chemical out there. If you went back in history, right now, 1 in 3 of us will be diagnosed with cancer sometime in our life. But back in, before World War I, that was 1 in 87,000. And there have been, I'm trying to remember, I think it's like 67,000 different chemicals have been introduced to the marketplace since World War I. So it's hard to not tie that together to contribute to how icky things are getting in our health. It's being so bad. So anyway, again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. Just maybe plan in your mind to maybe think about it. Go home and look at what you're using. Wear gloves. If you are cleaning without gloves when you use a chemical, your skin is the largest organ on your body. And so any chemical that you're using with your hands, your skin is just soaking those up. So just maybe be a little more careful. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say about it. So Norwex has made all of these products, and they're all completely free of chemicals. most of the time you can clean almost everything in your house with just water in this cloth. So that's why they're so cool. Now I'm going to admit I was a lot skeptical about this because this is just not how I was taught to clean. I've been, I'm almost 40 years old and I've been using chemicals all my life, and it was really hard for me to clean my counters or my toilet or my tub with just water and feel like it was clean until I started doing this, and I do the chemical test, and we'll do that in just a minute. But so it's going to be a little bit of an adjustment for you to change the way that we clean. But that's kind of my mission, is to teach you how to clean with just water and to get rid of the chemicals. So, like I said, I've been doing this for 2 years. I kind of went into it a little bit hesitantly because it's a direct sales business, and I am not a salesman. I get really uncomfortable in situations where I feel like I'm selling something to somebody. But because I'm so passionate about these products and I love them so much, I feel like I'm just sharing these great ideas and great new options with people. So I'm not going to pressure you to buy anything. I'm not going to pressure you to sign up to do a party or sign up as a consultant, because that's just not in my personality, or it's not who I am. But I am passionate about the product, and I love it, and want it to be in everyone's home. Okay?
So I have a quick question.
Yes.
I've been using Microfiber Plus for, I don't know, the past 6 years or so. Are these different than what I've been using?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Magic.
They are magic. So microfiber, in order to be called microfiber, has to be 1/6 the size of a human hair. That's what makes it micro. Norwex's microfiber is 1/200th the size of a human hair. That's how much smaller the weave is. But what makes them unique is that physically embedded inside of each of those tiny fibers, they have silver. It's a micro silver, right? Or is anyone familiar with silver? Those that have been to my party. So silver is a natural antibiotic. So basically bacteria cannot multiply in the presence of silver.
Can I say something about
Yes.
that? My husband is a scientist. He's a physics major, and he's super skeptical about all this stuff.
Yeah.
I came home and was telling him about it, and I was using it, and he said, "You're seriously not using chemicals when you're using that?" He looked it up online, he researched it, talked to professors about it, and it's true. Don't be skeptical.
No, it's true. Good. Thank you for that. You're welcome. So
You have that recorded. There you go.
So
We can
Yeah.
give his phone numbers too.
yeah, so I was one of those people. I was just like him. I was like, no way, that is not getting clean. Can I just get a Lysol something and just make sure? Because it's hard to trust that. But silver in itself, I have had liquid silver in my medicine cabinet for a long time now. I use it most of the time I use it to spray on my kids' sunburns so that it doesn't blister or peel. A lot of times I've used it for my kids when they get pink eye. I can spray it in their eyes and it gets rid of the infection without a prescription. My little baby girl had so many ear infections that, she just was on too many antibiotics. I was starting to get worried about her. And so I started using silver. I would drip silver in her ears, and that would help the infection go away. But there's tons of different uses for it. They're actually, you can get silver-lined bandages. Now, they do have curtains and linens in the hospitals are lined with silver. You can even buy hunting gear that's lined with silver so that it doesn't, it masks the smell somehow so that the animals can't smell you. But so silver, it's widely used, has been used for centuries. I think we're a little ignorant to it, but silver's a cool thing. So because this has the silver in it, what that does is it makes this cloth self-purifying. So we can go around and pick up all of our germs and bacteria with this cloth, and it's going to trap it inside of the cloth because of the way it's woven. But because the silver's in there, that bacteria can't multiply. So left with a regular cloth, one cell of bacteria left in a wet cloth in 24 hours is going to multiply 8 million times. So that's why our cloth so quickly gets smelly and sour. But because the silver's in here, it interrupts that process. So if you rinse this out when you're done cleaning, hang it to dry. Once it's dry, in 24 hours, it's completely sanitized. skepticism much?
I
Yeah?
was, then I
Okay.
got mine and used it.
Yeah. So, okay, while the science and everything behind it is way cool, truly until you get this thing in your hand and you start using it to clean your house, physically what you can see and what you can feel is dramatic enough of a difference that you will love them. Because I can talk all day long until I'm blue in the face about the science behind it, but until you use it, you cannot appreciate it. That's why I gave Tara her cloths when she booked her party, because she's probably going to earn her cloths for free for doing this party, but I wanted her to take them home so that she would fall in love with them and tell her friends. So, and can you attest for that? I mean, truly, until you use them.
Yeah.
And you guys have them, so I know that you love them. So they are great. Okay, so one of the tests that I like to tell my parties about is the 10 table test. What they did is they took this cloth and they infected 10 different tables with 10 different kinds of bacteria. And this is the icky stuff like SARS and Salmonella and E. coli and staph. And this stuff that just gives us nightmares and sends us to the hospital. And so they took the cloth, wiped down each table, not for 30 seconds or 4 minutes, just quickly wiped them, and then tested all of the surfaces. They were all 100% clean. What's cool to me about that, though, is that the first table was just as clean as the last table. So there was no cross-contamination from table to table. So what that means is you can take this cloth and clean your floors, clean your bathroom, clean your toilet, and use the same cloth to go clean your kitchen counters. We're not going to do that because that's not how we've been taught to clean. But you can, and I don't, I'll be honest, I have a different color for each area of my house. I have a blue one in my kitchen and a pink one in the bathroom, and we have the green one that does the floors, and they have 4 colors, so you can do this. I know that the temple uses them to clean the temple now, and they have a color assigned to each area of the temple just for your own peace of mind. So, but you can, and what's the peace of mind about that for me is that if sometime during the day there's a spill in the kitchen and my daughter has used my cloth to wipe up the spill on the floor, I'm not so worried about using that cloth later to wash the counter. So anyway, great cloth. I'll do a quick demo for you. Try to decide if I'll do the chicken first to prove our scientific point. Not that I'm really highly scientific, so I'm not. It is dripping all over me. Okay, so these are protein strips that test for protein, because obviously I can't carry salmonella to my parties. So we're going to infect her counter. Can I just throw this away?
Yeah, that'd be great.
You're not going to cook it up later? Okay. So we'll test the area. Anybody grossed out? Okay, so, ooh, that went fast. Okay, so this little gauge on here, green is clean, purple is gross. That's my highly scientific jargon. Okay, and I'm just going to quickly wipe this counter. Not for 30 seconds, I'm not going to time myself for 4 minutes. Do it all over. And there's your proof. So now do some of you feel a little bit better about leaving the chemicals in your garage? I heard somewhere today that your chemicals, even if the lid is on it and they're under your cabinet in your sink, the chemicals in there still escape through the lid. And so it's in your air all the time. That kind of made me want to put them all out in the garage. Which I did. When I first started doing this, I gathered up all my chemicals, and I had a hard time getting rid of them. Like, I could just throw them away. You come to find out now you're not supposed to. You're supposed to take them like somewhere, some chemical plant that gets rid of them correctly. Or you can give them to your neighbor if you don't like her. But I just put them all in a bucket out in my garage, and they sat there for almost 2 years, like literally just a couple months ago. I finally said, okay, I'm finally getting rid of these. This is dumb, but I'm keeping them. But I spent so much money on them, so I didn't dare just throw them out. So anyway, okay. So this is the #1 product that needs to be on your wish list. In fact, I passed out bookmarks to all of you. That is so you can keep notes, and I know that it's lame to have to take notes at a party like this, and I don't necessarily expect you to, but if there's something that is interesting to you or something that you think you might want, write it on there instead of writing it on your order form, because I promise you halfway through the class you're going to change your mind, or you're going to decide you want something else more. So kind of keep track on that little bookmark of what you want. And I will give you some instructions for these cloths that lots of people won't remember when they get home. So, for example, this one, you can wash it with your laundry. You can just throw it in. Make sure you're not using a detergent, though, that has lots of additives. And I'll talk about laundry in a few minutes. But use a free detergent and no fabric softener or bleach when you wash them. That's the only rules. If they ever start to get smelly or sour, and they will over time if you don't wash them, just like anything else, you can put them in a pot of boiling water for 10 minutes, and it's your reset button. It just makes them brand new. So what it does is the heat relaxes all those fibers and just lets it let everything out. And you'll be able to see it. That water will be black when you pour it out. It's sticky. Because it really does just hold on to everything. Okay, so. Okay, so because we had fun sticky butter, we're going to use that.
I got new box.
Don't ever do this.
She's like, oh, Mom.
Don't try this at home.
Stop it, Dad.
Okay, so this is the Enviro cloth's best friend. This is called the window cloth, and this is the one that people will call the magic cloth because it is magic. And honestly, I don't even understand how it works. I've read the description of it 100 times, and it has something to do with prisms and light, and I don't know. I don't get it, but it works. It is way cool. This is the cloth that I will have. Most people call me and say, do you have any more of those polished cloths? Because I need one. Or my sister, I was telling her about it, and she really wants one. Do you have any? So I try to keep these on hand, because this is the most popular item I get called for. So we're going to show you how cool it is. You will never, ever buy Windex again after having these in your home, I promise you. So this is kind of your paper towel. You use this dry, use this wet. Okay? So I'm going to hold this so that it doesn't tip over, because that would be bad. So first, the Enviro cloth is going to just cut through all that grease and get it off. And then this is where the magic happens. Hello! No streaks. It is so cool how well it works.
I have to say, my paper towel purchasing has gone down quite a lot too.
Oh yeah. Tons,
So,
huh? Yeah. So you guys can imagine what that was going to take to clean with Windex.
You do not want to
It
see
would
how big of a
smear and
mess
gross and smear and do it
Lily
again.
made now.
Half a roll of paper towels. It would take way longer. So, this is called the basic set. It comes together. If you want to save a little bit of money by instead of buying them separately, it is $31.99 for the two of them. There's also a set called the household package that comes with this dust mitt. This thing is awesome. It kind of works with static electricity that just sucks the dust up. I love that it's on my hand because then I can do all of my little shelves and lift up my little knickknackies and not be fumbling with a rag. Plus I can pinch my blinds and get both sides of my blinds in one swipe. My favorite story that I share about this one is my ceiling fan. I have one above my bed in my bedroom, and I'll be honest, I don't dust it very often. I dust it when I can see the fur around the edge, and I think, oh, I probably should get around to that. Because I just procrastinated. I don't think about it until I see that. And so in the past, I would have to get a towel or a sheet or something and lay it on top of my bed because you swipe one of those blades and all the dust goes psh, and that's gross. I don't want that on my mattress. So I would do that. I would put a towel or something under there. But this thing, I don't have to do that. All the dust just sticks to it. And you can visibly see there's nothing falling. It's just awesome how well it just traps everything in there. And it goes for a long, long time. Like, I can dust easily half my house before I have to go out and shake it out. And that's usually what I do to clean it. I can go for a long time before I have to wash it. I just take it outside, shake it like crazy, and keep going. It is awesome. Plus, if you use it wet, it is the best little tool for cleaning your window screens. It is so great if you have icky window screens or like the window tracks. Awesome for that. So that is the household kit. If you do not own any Norwex, that's what you want to get first because those 3 items are going to clean your entire house.
And how much does that run for?
The kit together is 40. I don't tell you wrong. They changed it at the beginning of the year, so $48.99. We've saved you a little bit of money than buying them all separately. They package them together. Don't plan on ordering these just yet, though, because in a little bit I'm going to tell you how you can get at least these 2 for free. So hold off on that for just a minute. Okay, so laundry. I want to talk about that for just a minute. So our laundry detergents, if you can see my visual here, this laundry detergent has been in this bottle since May of last year. So not this May, but last year, over a year. And you can still see chunks of something in there that has not dissolved. Most likely it is chalk. 90% of the fillers in our laundry detergent is just chalk. The percentage of cleaning agent in your detergent is about 20% versus the fillers they put in there. Because we've just been taught that we think we need that big scoop of soap that we're getting our money's worth. But we don't. It's just full of crap. And so it's gunking up your machines, it's gunking up your clothes. If you notice your darks starting to fade and look chalky, it's because the chalk on your clothes that's making them fade. So this is the difference between it's very, very highly concentrated and it works really well. And that's what's important because we all love our Tide and we love our All and Cheer and whatever it is that you're used to because it works sometimes. But this stuff, I promise you, works so much better. It is amazing how well this stuff works. So this looks like a teeny tiny bag. It's $21 for this bag. This is the scoop. Okay, so if I'm doing, so it says right on the back that it will do 40 loads of laundry. That is a heavy, large load. And then you would need 2 scoops. More likely, most of my loads, and they're pretty large loads, I just use 3/4 of a scoop, and I can get about 500 loads. No. 80. About 80. How many of you, though, have high-efficiency machines? Okay, if you have a high-efficiency washing machine, this bag is going to do over 500 loads of laundry. If you have soft water, more than that, because you're only going to use a teaspoon. If you have soft water, half a teaspoon. Tiny, tiny, tiny bit, because it's so highly concentrated, but it is so effective. There's before and after pictures in there of laundry if you want to look at it. This has been the best thing I have found to soak my cloths in. If your cloths get really icky over time, even my towels that aren't Norwex towels, I'll soak them in this overnight. It's called a deep soak. And in the morning, it's just that water is just black. It just pulls everything out. It is amazing how well it works. So that's the detergent. This is, and if you're worried about having to replace it, I put my little website there on the bag so that when you run out, and if you have a high efficiency washing machine, you're not going to run out for a long time. But when you do, my website's right on there. You can just get on the website and order anytime you want. You don't have to be at a party to order it up.
So, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Why is it that you can't get this except, why can't you just buy it somewhere?
Buy it
Why
at
do
the
you have
store?
to- Yeah, why
Because
is it like this?
Because it's a direct sell business. It's like Mary Kay or Tupperware or, I don't know, any of those other businesses out there. That's just the way it's been built. And so it's not a retail product yet. I don't know, maybe, hopefully it will be someday, I would think, but I don't know. I just think the majority of the world is not green yet. We're used to our chemicals, and in the United States, this is a very new company. It's been established for about 14 years now, 15 actually, but it's just now getting big in the United States, and so we just haven't heard of it, and it's not popular yet, and so they don't have it available. So hopefully that will come. This is called the magnet ball. This is like a little portable water softener. If you don't have soft water in your house, you can stick this in your washing machine or your dishwasher, and it softens the water just for that load. And I will tell you, I was really skeptical about this little ball because I thought, how is it doing that? But I put a little bit of laundry detergent in my washing machine, and the water, I have a top loader, it's an old 30-year-old machine, and the water runs down the back of it so that I can see the water coming in. So I put the soap in, let the water run, didn't put any clothes in for a minute, and kind of watched to see if the water would suds up, and it didn't a lot. And then I put this ball in there, and you could just visibly see the suds double almost instantly. And I don't know how it works that fast or that cool, but it does. It just instantly doubled the soap. So if you have a dishwasher, you only need to use half the detergent that you use, and same with your laundry detergent. That's what this is for. This is not recommended for front loader washing machines, though. And I'll pass that around, and you'll be able to tell why. It's really heavy. And so if that's going around in your washing machine and it knocks your door open, you're going to have a flood and a mess to clean up. So don't use it in your front loaders.
It's cut down on all the buildup in my dishwasher. I have one of those in my dishwasher, and it's been nice.
Yeah?
My husband is always like, it's been a long time since we put the jet dry in there.
Uh-huh.
Do you think we need to put any in there?
The dishes are clean. Why should we use it?
Right.
Yeah.
So do you just leave it in there all the time? On it's like the bottom shelf?
Okay, so these are the dryer balls. These are replacing your dryer sheets. Did you guys know that your dryer sheets, before you use them, are considered, what do they call it, a harmful chemical? So you're not even supposed to throw them away, because you have to put them somewhere special to have them disposed of. Once they're used, they're fine because the chemical's not in it anymore. But think about it, it's on your clothes, and you're wearing it, and so your skin's soaking it up. Plus that, besides that, it's gunking up your machines. It totally coats the drum of your dryer and your dryer tubes. Dryer sheets are the #1 cause of fires in dryers. That's what, all the lint that goes out your tube, that goes outside of your house, it's the wax that's on those that just, it tracks all that and it builds up and builds up. So dryer sheets are bad news. So these are the dryer balls. They're going to replace those. They fluff up your clothes, they cut down your dry time, help reduce the static, and they work. They're pretty awesome. So one of Norwex's coined phrases is that clean doesn't have a smell. So, and it's true if we think about it, it doesn't. Perfumes have a smell, and that's what we're used to. We like the Pine Sol smell, or the Lysol, or the Downy Fresh Laundry, and we're kind of addicted to that smell, and I'll be honest, I missed that. I wanted that. I wanted my Downy. So I found a little trick. This is not a Norwex thing. This is an essential oil, and if you are doTERRA people, great, use those. I bought this for $2 at Walmart, cheap. It's called linen. You can smell it if you want. There's little holes in these balls. I got a little dropper, like the kind you give your babies medicine with. Put a couple drops of oil in these balls, and it seals up my laundry for me. So without using chemicals, which is kind of nice. So if you miss your lovely smelling laundry, you can use that. Okay, so this is the dish soap. And I know that's kind of a weird segue, but while it is great for your dishes, it is the best stain remover for your laundry. That's the #1 thing I use this for. I actually keep it diluted 50-50 in a spray bottle in my laundry room, and this is what I pre-treat all my stains with. And it works awesome. It gets the oil out. It got hair dye out of my clothes. It got the scoop up your baby's back that never comes out of those onesies. And it got, you guys ever heard of meal? Is it meal? They're the little fruit drops that you put in drinks. Like, it's really highly concentrated juice drops. My daughter had some red stuff of that, and she was messing around with her friends and it got squirted all down her white t-shirt. Got it out. It is awesome how well this stuff works, and it's super cheap. It's only $6.99, I think. Let me check that real quick. Do you think I would know all these prices?
They change things.
I know they change them so often. It's $6.99 still. So if the only reason you buy it is for your laundry, you're doubling it because you're going to dilute it 50-50, and that's a lot of stain spray. So that's my favorite thing to use for that. Well, it is great for your dishes, however, though, and I use it with this little cloth. This is the dishcloth, and it's just a mesh cloth. It's not microfiber, but I love that this scrubs my dishes, and the food just rinses right out of it. So I used to use one of those sponges that had the soap in the handle to scrub my dishes with until I was a little more aware of what I was doing. And I went home and noticed the sponge on that being it was so gross. So I threw that away, but love this. And then also the little rolled up nylon things that we used to scrub the dried on stuff. I really liked those, but again, the food would get stuck in them and you can't rinse those out all the way because they're rolled up so tight. So they were just messy. So this rinses right out, plus at the end of the day, I can throw this in the dishwasher over the top of my dishes and it washes with my dishes. So in the morning, it's clean. So it is awesome. And I actually didn't like how big mine was, so I cut it in half. It doesn't fray. So I got 2 cloths out of 1 cloth. You lost yours?
Yeah, I don't know where it went.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I really, really like this, and it's one of the cheaper things in the catalog, so that's kind of fun. Okay, so while we're in the kitchen, these are the kitchen cloths. Same microfiber, has the silver in it. It's just textured a little bit different. I actually really, really like these. They're more of a traditional size of a dishcloth than we're used to using in our kitchen. But I love that they're kind of a corduroy because it just gives it that extra elbow grease to get the dried milk or the dried up applesauce and that stuff that's been there all day that you just don't get to. Well, maybe you guys are better cleaners than me. I don't know. I'm not very good. So, but it just gives you that elbow grease to scrub and get that stuff off. And plus, because of the way it's textured, it dries a lot faster. So I just hang it over my faucet or my oven handle door or whatever, and it dries a lot faster than the other ones too. So really, really like these. They come in this blue or a salmon color. They also have the dish towels that are this size. These are super, super absorbent. They will hold 2 cups of water on its own. They're awesome how well they work. Plus I love that when I dry my dishes, they actually get dry and they don't just spread the water around.
I kind of have a stupid question.
Yeah.
So why would you want the kitchen dishcloths?
These ones?
Yeah, when you already have, like, what's the difference between the original one?
And that.
The Enviro?
Yeah, like
Okay.
why?
So there isn't really a big difference other than the texture and the size. This is just more of a traditional cloth, and that's kind of how we just differentiate in our house that this is what we do the counters with. This is what you're going to wash the floor and the front of the cabinets and the microwave and the everything else.
Are the kitchen ones, are they anti-bac too?
Yes, they have the silver in it. In fact, let me hand out your catalogs. As you look through those, anything that has a little green circle next to it has silver in it. It says anti-bac right next to it. There you go.
Thanks.
Yep.
Ooh.
So if you have any questions about that, let me know. And I have raspberry seeds on my cloth for my Okay, so the only other kitchen cloth that I want to really talk about, this one is the kitchen scrub cloth, and I'll pass that around. You can just tell, I mean, it fits its name, it's just scrubby. That one does not have the silver in it, but that one has been really good for getting like stuff in my grout that's in there, or just anything I need that elbow grease for. It's just scrubby. This is the veggie and fruit cloth. I was unaware. I tend to live in a bubble, and I just don't know what's going on in the world until I start doing something like this and learn all this stuff I maybe didn't want to know. But they coat all of our produce in the store with a wax so that it looks pretty. And it doesn't rinse off. If you just rinse your apple under the sink in your faucet, it's not getting clean. There's still that wax on there. So this is textured so that it gets that off. Plus, my very, very favorite thing to do with this is to peel my carrots and my potatoes. I don't get my peeler out anymore because it's rough enough that it will just peel them super fast. I can just do this like 2 or 3 times and all the peels go off of my vegetables. So I really like that product.
So are these the same? Just different
No.
colors or they're different?
No, that's a lot rougher than the kitchen scrub cloth. Okay. So let's talk about some of these cleaning products for a minute. This is by far my favorite. This is the cleaning paste, and it looks like a little tiny little container. I know we're used to buying stuff at Sam's Club where we have these big, huge packs. This, though, will last you at least a year. I just threw away a pack that I got when I very first started doing this, and it had been 18 months. And I use it a lot. I don't just use it occasionally. I use these almost daily. So the reason it lasts so long is because it's like a stone. And all you have to do is wet your cloth and rub it on here and make your cloth white. And that's how you use it. And it works really, really, really well. So this is our little picture that we had our friend draw with Sharpie on our tile. And we're going to just clean it with this.
Your picture just went away.
Sorry, Kit.
It's like dry erase.
Ah, what happened to it? So permanent marker, I use it to clean the black marks on my white porcelain sink. That's most often what I get. Or the marks on my walls, or the baseboards, or like you have a mark back there on your wall. Do you want me to clean it?
Oh, please.
I always try to look for things that people can.
If there's anything else you want to clean, then
I'm good.
all the marks off my walls. Yeah.
It's really good for like, I don't know what they're called, but like the drip pans underneath your burners and your stove.
Yeah.
Those get really gross. And I cleaned my mom's really, really well in like 10 minutes, all of hers. That hadn't been scrubbed like that since she moved in, so.
I have a funny story like that. We had,
Oh yeah, in her sink, we got rust out of her sink.
awesome.
And out of my sink.
You say it might be painted over.
Yeah, I think that is.
That one is. That was I tempted to go over.
I've done that. It's easier sometimes to just get some paint
It is easier.
and walk around your house and cover up the marks instead of cleaning them. Alright, that one's not coming off all of either.
My little girl keeps drawing on the walls.
That's a clean
So I
smell
make
to
her
it
to
too.
Yeah,
with
it
the
really
white
is very
so
pleasant.
then
Something
she'll
that's been
stop.
bugging me for a few weeks.
I know.
You're welcome. Hopefully that's a little better.
So this is the cleaning paste. Love, love, love this stuff. It's one of those products that it kind of falls under the category of my cell phone. Once you have it, you're not going to live
So
without
what
it.
are the ingredients? Baking soda?
No, it is marble flour, natural soap, and traces of coconut oil. That's it.
My sister has a drinking fountain in her house. And she said that's the only thing that'll clean
Really?
up. Is that.
Well, okay, so my husband is the in charge of cleaning the church. He schedules that for everybody, and so lots of times people don't show up, and so we end up doing that. I won't go now without my Norwex stuff because there's stuff over there that's just gross to me. And my window cloth, I won't do the windows over there without it anymore because it takes forever to do all those doors. And so I'll take my window stuff over, do the windows, and I take my descaler, in fact that's my next thing, to do the drinking fountains because they just don't come clean without these. And I use these a lot together for cleaning hard water stuff. Yeah. So this is my next favorite on my list of cleaning supplies. I know that the hard water out here is horrid. Do you guys have this issue? So this is your saving grace. out here. This stuff is so great. If you notice the before and after pictures in there, there's a picture of my drink dispenser in my fridge. I have a black fridge. And so you can see the white calcium hard water marks on the back of that thing. And I had tried everything under the sun to clean that. I even get my razor blade out and just try to scrape it off. And I used the CLR and the lime away and anything to get it off, and nothing was working. To the point I was like, I just need to get a new fridge. This is stupid. I was hoping I could just like buy that little insert somewhere. Can I just buy a new one? They don't sell those, by the way. I've checked. But this stuff, this was about the same time that I started selling this. I got this, sprayed it on there. You let it sit for 10 minutes, and it just wipes off. Like it just disappeared. I did have to do it twice because it had years and years of buildup. But it just is magic how well it works. My shower doors, in my shower, I have glass doors in my shower. Before, I would have to map out an hour of my day to sit and scrub those suckers, partly because I procrastinated for a long time and don't do it often enough. But because I do that, they're bad. And so it would take forever to clean them. And then plus I would be using the lime away or CLR or whatever, and I'd have to like hold a towel over my face because I couldn't breathe because the chemical smell was so bad, and my eyes would water and I'd get a headache, and it was just, that was my least favorite chore in the house. Hated it. This stuff, magic. It has a very pleasant smell. It does have a little bit of a kick to it, but not nearly what you're used to. Literally, just spray it on, wait 10 minutes, wipes off. It is awesome. If you have basement windows that need a little help from your sprinklers, great stuff. Okay, so let's talk about the mop for just a minute. We kind of skipped over that. So this is the biggest reason people do parties, is because everybody wants the Norwex mop. And this is probably why you did a party. Everybody wants this mop, but nobody really wants to pay for it. So they do parties so that they can get the mop for free. And if you're interested, I will tell you how that works and show you how you can get a lot of things for free. And it's a lot. Like, if you had a killer party, you could walk away with over $500 worth of free products.
I think I got most of the things. I think I got everything on my wish list and more.
Yeah.
I had my party.
It is well worth it. I make it very easy for you. We now have a website set up that you can send an email e-bite to all of your friends. I send you a JPEG that you can print if you want physical ones. But your friends can order right from the invitation now. They don't even have to come to your party. They can just sign on to that website and order right there. And you can gather orders that way. You can get them from out of state, anywhere in the world if you want. So I make it very easy for you. So the mop is awesome. This is called the dry pad, and this is the superior dry pad. There's actually two. This one is polyester. It is not as cool, I'll be honest. This is the one thing that Norwex sells that I don't love. It's fine if all you're using it for is to get the cobwebs out of the corner of your ceiling and that kind of thing. They are really great for cleaning your air return vents, to rub on those. Yeah, it does a really great job with that. But as far as your floors, this one, I feel like I'm going to hit something. This one is way better. This one is the microfiber. It does have the silver in it, and it just grabs everything on your floor. It's not going to grab your cereal. I've tried. You still have to get the broom out for that. But as far as like the little dust, and I spilled laundry detergent all over her floor when I got here, so we're going to go ahead and clean that. Because this bag, I forgot was open, and it wasn't still very good in my bag, so I had laundry detergent all over me. But it's just fast. I love that it swivels, and it overlaps right here, so I can get right up to the edge, where most mops don't do that. Plus, I can get like right up, if I'm doing my wall. Did you know people clean their walls? I tried it. It gets right on your molding. That's better to clean that. So, love that. So my favorite thing to do with my mop though, oh wait, I kind of skipped stuff. Okay, so after you have done all of your dry mopping, everything's going to be stuck to this pad. So they also have this rubber brush that you can use to then just take this and brush it all into your garbage can. And it cleans it off pretty dang good. Like I rarely wash this unless it's really icky. So that's the dry pad, and the blue one is the wet pad. Sorry, I feel like I'm stepping in front of you.
I'm sorry, no, you're fine.
So this one, you just run under your faucet in your sink to get it wet, and then just squeeze it out to get the excess out. And then just pop it on your floor and you're ready to go. I love that it is bigger than this base for this reason, because I put it on crooked on purpose so that I have this overlap, because I have tile in my house that has really deep grout, like it's pretty grooved down in there. So if I have a spill in my grout, I can just take my toe and go like that if I have something in there that's stuck.
Oh.
My favorite thing to do with this though now is my windows. If you just get this blue pad just damp, you can do all of your outside windows. It has this great telescoping handle, so it goes this high. I can get all of my windows on my house down with this without having to get my ladder out. Just so great. Takes me like half an hour to do all my windows in my house now.
So you don't have the special window attachment to do your...
I do. That's what these clips are.
Oh, okay.
So if you want
So
to
you
shine
don't
up your
have-
windows, I will tell you though, I rarely have to do that.
Right.
Because if I just get this damp, and that's kind of the trick, don't get it wet,
Just a little.
just a little bit damp, and then it'll just dry. It'll just dry clean. If they're still streaky and you want to use your window cloth, that's what these are. So you just pop that on the floor and they clip right into these clips. They're sold separately, so if you want them, I think they're $12 or something for the clips. But yeah, that's what those are for. Any questions on the
And
one?
how do you wash that?
Just stick it in your laundry, just like your microfiber. Yep, just no bleach or fabric softener. And the reason we don't use fabric softener is because it coats everything, and you don't want to coat these fibers because that's what makes them work. And if you coat them, then it's just like a regular rag, which is fine, they'll still work, but we would rather them work really well. Okay, so what did I miss? Okay, so let's go to the bathroom stuff, because this stuff is probably my biggest sellers. Aside from the household package, which is what I highly recommend you start with, this
It
stuff,
comes with 3 items.
yes, the household package, it'll look like this when it comes. You'll have a blue and a green and a purple.
Do you get to pick your colors when you do the packages?
No, the household package always looks like this. If you can buy separately the EnviroCloths, if you buy them singly, you can get any color.
Okay.
If you get a basic set, you'll get the blue. So you'll get a blue and a purple. If you just get the 2. They also have, I kind of skipped over this, these are the travel packs that have these little tiny EnviroCloths in them. You wouldn't think you would use this very often, but I use them all the time. I have them in my purse and in my car. And I use them on my kids, on icky shopping carts, on gross restaurants that haven't washed their table very good. Lots of times I'll use them in my car if we have spills or, what did you say? Hotel rooms. Yeah. So anyway, I've been surprised how often I pull these out and use them. They're very handy. And they come with all 4 colors. What was I talking about? Bathroom, thank you. Okay, so kind of translate everything that we have talked about with microfiber cleaning your home and cleaning your surfaces to your body. These clean your skin with just water really, really well. I'm not telling you not to use soap. Use soap, please. But as far as cleaning your face, these will clean your skin better than any cleaning product you have ever had.
I have a story. My husband has really bad acne on his back, and it was always like so, I don't know, I was kind of a little bit grossed out about it. And so I got the body rag for that, and it is cleared up like 98%
Oh,
of his
awesome.
acne on his back.
Sweet. So my little teenagers, oh, they're not so little anymore, 16 and a 13-year-old, 2 years ago, I gave them these to use because it was like torture to get them to even wash their makeup off at night. It was because their acne was getting bad, and you keep trying to tell them, sweetie, if you would just wash your face, it wouldn't be so bad. But it's like pulling teeth to get them to wash their face. So I got these, and I said, "Okay, we're gonna try something new. All you have to do is put water on this and wash your face, please, once a day." And they did, and it totally cleared up their skin so much. They loved them so much that this is what they wanted to give all their friends for Christmas. It was way cool. Plus, I have a little 4-year-old that has had eczema since the day she was born. She just has the most sensitive little skin ever. We have done prescriptions. We follow all the bath time rules and the pool rules. You know, it was really hard because you have to watch her all the time, or she would just have itchy skin all the time. So we would wash her down with these at night and in the tub and in the shower and wherever she was. And her eczema is so much better. Every once in a while she'll have a tiny little breakout, but we'll just give her a bath and wipe her down, and it goes away the next day. It's awesome. Have any of you ever heard of molluscum contagiosum? Yeah? Yeah? How long did she have it?
Months.
Yeah?
And that was only because we got it treated
Oh, good.
with an allergy shot versus waiting years
Yeah.
for it to go away.
Yeah.
So
So my daughter was diagnosed with that. If you're not familiar with it, they get little bumps on their skin that look like pimples. But if you pinch them like you would a pimple, this little white bead will come out, but then it just bleeds and bleeds and bleeds and bleeds. And then it spreads, it aggravates it and makes it worse. But they itch and they're uncomfortable and they're just not very pretty. So, you know, you worry about it when your little 3-year-old has these little bumps all over. So she had it all down her sides. In fact, there's pictures of her in here, and then she had it on her legs. So we took her to a dermatologist, and she told me that they could treat it, but they have, the way they treat it is with beetle juice. Is that what you did? Okay, and they have to treat each little spot, and then they blister, and sometimes they'll scar, and it's icky. And she was 2. I didn't want to put her through that. And so we kind of went home a little discouraged, thinking, okay, now what? She told me left on its own, it would take at least 9 months to go away, sometimes years it takes to go away on its own. It is a virus, so it's icky. So I went home. It was about the same time I started doing this. We got our body cloth out, and once a day I would wipe her down with this with water. Even if she didn't have a bath, I would just get it wet in the sink, and before she would go to bed, I would wipe her skin down. And then it was gone in a month and a half. It was all cleared up with no treatment. So I'm not here to tell you that it cured her, but they worked for me. And I don't want to go on record as saying that this cures molluscum, because I don't know. It maybe just was a coincidence, but it worked for her, and I am really happy with them. They come in several different colors. So this is it's called the vintage pack. They come in a pack of 3 for $19.99. This is the color that will come in the vibrant color. It comes with this in a pink and a yellow. So those are the colors, and then they have this baby pack and you can see the difference in size. So it's the same cloth, just different colors, and it's a little bit smaller. So these are a little bit cheaper, the baby ones. So I have lots of people that will order those instead. So this is the body cloth is what it's called. We also have some cloths that are called the makeup cloths, and I think I left that in the back. Okay, so these are the makeup cloths. They come in a pack of 3 also. They have a purple, green, and a blue. This is what you use to take off all of your makeup. You do not need to use any kind of cleanser or soap with this. This will take off your mascara, waterproof mascara, all of your foundation, and it cleans your skin dang good, like surprisingly good. This is what I love to take camping. I'll take actually one of each so that I can wash my face while I'm camping. I don't have to worry about having soap and a bucket of water and a mess. These are kind of more of a suede feel. I'll open this so you can feel them. I used to have one. I think I gave it away. Did I give you one of these? would not recommend taking your makeup off with your body cloth. It will take off your makeup. And that's what my teenagers started doing when they first started using them. However, very quickly they got very dirty. It is a lot harder to get your mascara out of that cloth because it just traps it. And it's designed to do that, so that's what we want it to do, but it'll get really icky really quick if you use it to take off your makeup. So if you're primarily that's your purpose is to get your makeup off your face, I would use the makeup removal cloth. That one does clean really, really well. All you have to do is put a little bit of liquid soap, whatever you have in your bathroom, or even just a drop of shampoo or something. Rinse it off, that makeup comes right off of it. I don't think I've ever washed mine, because it just comes clean right after I use it if I rinse it out. So those are awesome, awesome products. Excuse me. Same microfiber, same silver is in the hand towels, and this is the bath towel. It is super soft and luxurious. Do you guys have microfiber versions, like your skin sticks to it? Okay, so it's not like that when it's wet, just so you know. So if you're cleaning with it all day, it's not that way, but you can kind of feel. But I love those. So when you're wet, it doesn't feel that way. But it's super soft, and I love that it's thin, so it dries fast. So
This had the silver in it?
yes, yes, and that's what's kind of a seller for that.
And these must cost like $100.
They really don't. The large towel is a little bit expensive. It's not $100. Let's see. It's 36. So, but that is one of my biggest sellers for missionaries because it's so thin and so it packs up really, really nice. And these poor little missionaries that just have not been doing their laundry all their life, it's probably good for them to not have to worry about that towel as often as they probably should. So this is the hair turban, same microfiber. This is really great if you have thick hair that is hard to dry and takes you forever. You put this on and it stays on. It's got this elastic and you wrap it. This little thing hooks to this button in the back. It just sucks all the water out of your hair. So I'll put this on when I get out of the shower and then do my makeup and get dressed. And by the time I'm done doing that, I pull this off. It takes me literally a quarter of the time to dry my hair than it used to because it just has sucked all the water out of my hair for me. So it's great. This is the toothbrush. This has a silver head. So translate everything we learned about silver tonight to your toothbrush. So all the bacteria and germs flying around your bathroom that we'd like to stay in our bubble. But it disinfects all that. So every day you know that your toothbrush is sanitized and it's clean. Plus the bristles on it have kind of the same technology behind it as the microfiber. It just pulls all the crap off of your teeth. I have had my dentist ask me what I'm using because my teeth are so clean. I went in for a cleaning recently and they pulled out that drill that they do when they do your gums. And that thing kills me. So I kind of winced when they were doing it and the hygienist asked me, she says, is that bothering you? I said, yeah, I really don't like that. And she says, well, we don't have to do it. Your teeth are really clean. I'm like, okay, let's skip that. So she asked me again, what are you using? And I told her about this toothbrush. And anyway, so that's kind of fun. This is the bathroom scrub cloth. This is what I use to scrub my shower walls or my tub, like the soap scum and anything I need a little bit of extra elbow grease for. Most of the time I can use this with just water. Every once in a while I'll get my cleaning paste out and use a little bit of that. But you can scrub with this side and then rinse with this side. And it's just soft and cool. And I love that it just covers so much. So before I would use a Scotch-Brite sponge that were just those little green, yellow sponges. And that's like 4 of those. So it takes me half the time because it just covers so much more surface. So those are kind of fun. Okay, so this is the Blue Diamond Cleaner. This is very similar to the descaler. It's a hard water cleaner, but it's an all-purpose cleaner as well. So you can use it to clean your toilets or anything like that that you need. Like, I love that it's a gel, so it kind of sticks. Does anybody have a dirty penny? And I'll show you really quick how this works.
You could pick it up and clean it out.
And try and dig one out of my bag if nobody has their personal drugs.
We might do it the first time to get that
amazed at how much the kids cost too, because you could not, I don't let my kids help me clean with the chemicals, so.
Yeah.
I kick her out of the bathroom when I'm doing the bathroom.
Okay, that's great, except just, like I said before, just know that it's
But
it's in the
that's
air.
how bad it is, yeah.
It's in the air, it's
You
on your
don't let your
clothes.
kids even help you, because you
Yeah.
don't want to be.
And your teachers are passing out disinfecting cloths to them in school to clean their desks.
I remember them spraying down the
Well, I
desk
like
and
you to
letting
help,
us
I
do
just
it.
don't like you to do nothing.
Yep.
Ask her if she has something cool to make your hours go better.
Have a Band-Aid.
Oh, wow.
So just really quickly, that's kind of
What
the
is
visual.
that
This
again?
is called the Blue Diamond Cleaner.
An all-purpose.
Yeah, this is just an all-purpose bathroom cleaner.
Uh,
It is awesome.
wow.
Love that. Okay, so enzyme products. Let's talk about those for just a minute. And it's kind of, they're all a little bit the same. So we'll start with the mattress cleaner. So over the lifetime of your mattress, which who knows what the lifetime of a mattress is, just offhand.
As long as you're using it, right?
Right? We would hope, huh? So you're supposed to replace your mattress every 10 years. So,
Doesn't usually happen.
no, you're right. So, over 10 years, which is supposed to be the lifetime of our mattresses, it will double in weight. The reason is because your skin sloughs off, and that goes into your mattress. Plus, there's little dust mites that are in your mattress.
You know the sheets, like this is with sheets on.
Yep.
Who doesn't who sleeps on a bed without sheets, Tara?
I've seen boys in college that didn't.
But their mattresses are probably really gross. But yeah, even without sheets. And so their dust mites are in there and they eat the skin and then they poop. And so your mattress is full of dead skin, bugs, and poop. And that's what we're sleeping in. So this little gem is an enzyme product that's going to just go to work and eat all that away and get rid of it. So you just spray this on there, a really light mist. You only need like just a tiny bit. Just mist it on your mattress. You're supposed to do it, I think, every 2 months or 3 months or something. I just do it every time I wash my sheets, which I probably don't do often enough. But so I'll just spray it on there. You wait 4 hours for it to work. And it has a very pleasant smell, but the smell doesn't stay. It goes away because it's Norwex, and Norwex doesn't have a smell. So if you want to pass that around, you're welcome to. But it is way cool to just give you peace of mind. I have a consultant on my team that said that her daughter had way bad sinus problems. She had had a couple different surgeries and had been to specialist after specialist trying to figure out what the heck, and nothing was helping. And she heard about Norwex, and somebody introduced it to her, said it might be a long shot, but try this mattress spray and see if it helps her. And she was desperate enough that she thought, well, what I have to lose? So she tried it, and it totally